Many people call the Middle Ages the Dark Ages. They think it was only a time of dirt, war, and disease. But this is not the whole truth. While the streets were sometimes messy, the minds of the people were bright and creative. The Middle Ages was actually a golden age of engineering and brilliant ideas. Without the inventors of this time, our modern world would be very different. We wouldn't be able to tell the time correctly, read our favorite books, or even see clearly. Today on 5-Point Historian, we are celebrating human genius with 5 amazing inventions of the Middle Ages. Before we look at these world-changing ideas, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us show the bright side of history. Now let's discover the inventions that built our modern world. 1. Eyeglasses, protecting the light of knowledge. Imagine you are a brilliant scientist or a monk in the year 1200. You have spent 30 years reading and writing books, but now you are 45 years old and your eyes are getting tired. The words on the page look like blurry ants. Before the Middle Ages, this was the end of your career. You simply couldn't work anymore. The miracle in Italy. Around the year 1286, in northern Italy, everything changed. Someone, we don't know exactly who, discovered that placing 2 curved pieces of glass in a frame could make words look sharp again. These were the first eyeglasses. This wasn't just a fashion accessory, it was a revolution for the human brain. Suddenly, the smartest people in the world could continue working for another 20 or 30 years. It doubled the productive life of thinkers and writers. It allowed knowledge to grow faster than ever before. The real story, the secret of the glassmakers. The city of Venice was famous for its glassmaking. The government kept the glassmakers on an island called Murano and told them, "If you tell our secrets to other countries, we will punish you." They knew that clear glass was power. A monk named Alessandro della Spina was one of the first people to share this technology. He saw a pair of glasses, learned how to make them, and then taught everyone he knew. He believed that such a gift from God should belong to everyone. Because of his kindness and the skill of Italian glassmakers, the world didn't go dark for those who love to read. Today, when you put on your glasses or contacts, you are using medieval technology. 2. The mechanical clock, organizing humanity. How do you know what time it is? You look at your phone or your wrist. But in the ancient world, time was a mystery. People used sundials, but they didn't work at night or on cloudy days. They used water clocks, but the water often froze in winter or dripped too slowly. The need for prayer. The mechanical clock was born in the monasteries of Europe. Monks had to pray at very specific times during the night and day. They needed a machine that was accurate and didn't care about the weather. In the 14th century, inventors created the Verge escapement. This was a metal heartbeat inside a machine. For the first time was not just morning or afternoon. It was divided into hours, minutes, and seconds. This changed how humans lived. We stopped living by the sun and started living by the machine. The story of the giant clock of Salisbury. One of the oldest working clocks in the world is in Salisbury Cathedral in England, built around 1386. It doesn't have a face. In the Middle Ages, people didn't need to see the time. They needed to hear it. The clock would hit a giant bell, and the sound would travel across the city. This bell told the baker when to open his shop, the farmer when to leave the market, and the family when to eat. This invention created the work schedule. Before the mechanical clock, humans were part of nature. After the clock, we became part of a disciplined society. It is the machine that created the modern world. 3. The heavy plow, feeding the continent. This next invention might sound boring, But it is the reason why Europe became so powerful and crowded. It is the heavy plow, the hard soil of the north. The soil in places like Germany, France, and England is very different from the dry soil of Rome or Egypt. It is wet, heavy, and full of clay. The old Roman plows were made of light wood. They just scratched the surface. Farmers in the north struggled to grow enough food. In the 10th century, medieval engineers added a heavy iron blade and wheels to the plow. This machine was so strong it could flip the heavy soil over. This brought fresh nutrients to the top and helped the water drain away. The story of the great population. Boom. Because of this iron plow, farmers could grow much more food, especially beans and grains. More food meant more babies. Between the years 1000 and 1300, the population of Europe tripled. Because there was so much food, not everyone had to be a farmer. Some people could move to cities and become artists, builders, or teachers. The heavy plow created the middle class. It turned the forest into farms and the villages into great cities like Paris and London. We often think of swords and crowns when we think of kings. But the real power of the Middle Ages was the iron blade of a plow. It is amazing to think that a simple farm tool changed the map of the world, isn't it? If you are enjoying this journey into medieval genius, please like this video and subscribe to 5 Point Historian. We have 2 more incredible inventions to share, including the one that changed how we share ideas. 4. The spinning wheel. The first step to the Industrial Revolution. Before the year 1200, making clothes was a very slow process. Women used a distaff and spindle, essentially a stick and a weight, to twist wool into thread by hand. It took weeks of work just to make enough thread for one shirt. Clothing was very expensive, and most poor people only owned one set of clothes for their entire life, speeding up the world. Then the spinning wheel arrived in Europe, likely from the Islamic world or India. It used a wheel and a foot pedal to spin the wool much faster. Suddenly, one person could do the work of 10 people. This was the first time humans used a complex machine to mass-produce something. It made thread cheap. Cheap thread made fabric cheap. Cheap fabric meant that even a peasant could afford more than one shirt. The story of the great textile trade. Because of the spinning wheel, countries like England and Belgium became very rich by selling woolen cloth. This was the true beginning of global trade. Huge markets were built in cities like Bruges and Florence just to sell the thread produced by these wheels. It also changed the home. The spinning wheel by the fireplace became a symbol of the medieval home. It was the first home appliance. Without this invention, we would never have had the giant factories of the Industrial Revolution later in history. It all started with a simple wooden wheel and a foot. 5. The printing press. The explosion of ideas. We have reached the end of the Middle Ages, but we cannot finish without talking about the biggest invention of all, the printing press. The price of a book. In the year 1400, if you wanted a Bible, a monk had to write it by hand. This took about 1 year. Because it took so much time, a book cost as much as a small house. Only kings and very rich churches owned books. Most people lived and died without ever seeing a single written word. Then came Johannes Gutenberg in Germany around 1440. He didn't just invent a machine, he invented a system. He created movable type, small metal letters that could be moved around to create any page. The story of Gutenberg's struggle. Gutenberg was a brilliant engineer, but a terrible businessman. He borrowed a lot of money to build his press and print his famous Gutenberg Bibles. Before he could make a profit, his business partner took everything from him. Gutenberg died relatively poor, But his machine changed the world forever. Within 50 years of his invention, there were millions of books in Europe. For the first time in history, a poor student could buy a book. People started to learn how to read. They started to share ideas about science, religion, and government. The printing press took the light of knowledge out of the castle and gave it to the people in the street. This invention ended the Middle Ages and started the modern age. It is the most important machine ever made. So the next time someone tells you the Middle Ages was a dark and stupid time, tell them about the glasses on their face, the clock on their wall, and the books in their backpack. From the monks who organized time to the farmers who fed the world with iron plows, the medieval period was a time of incredible progress. These inventors didn't have computers or electricity, but they had the curiosity to look at a problem and find a solution. They built the foundation that we stand on today. Thank you for joining me on this positive trip through history. Which of these inventions do you think is the most important? I personally think the printing press changed everything, but maybe you love your glasses more. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this look at the genius of the past, please like this video and subscribe to 5 Point Historian. We have many more stories about the amazing things humans have done throughout history. Stay curious, stay smart, and I will see you in the next video.